All right, here we go. First thing, remind me of the 4 that we already know. Side, side, side. Side, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. And then if the side is in between, angle, side, angle. All right. So here's your introduction to the 5th and final way to prove triangles congruent. HL. Okay? HL. HL stands for hypotenuse leg. That is why I've warned everybody it can only be used if you're talking about 2 right triangles. Because a hypotenuse is only located in a right triangle. All right, so if you take a look at my diagram right here, I do have 2 right triangles. Where's the hypotenuse always located? Across from the right angle. All right, so here are my hypotenuses. Hypotenuse. Anybody? Hypotenuses, hypotenuse. What are we going with? Well, what would be the plural for a rhinoceros? Rhinos. Moving on. All right, so at least the 2 hypotenuses are congruent and the 2 legs, a pair of legs, are congruent. We have HL. Okay? But it's not like I could just throw it into the proof and I'm done. There are some things that you need in a proof if you're going to use HL. So let's go to the first proof. We'll go through this slowly because today the proofs get a lot beefier, and wait till next week. You do not want to be out next week. We're going to probably do the toughest proofs we do all year long next week. All right? Where it goes beyond the old CPCTC. All right, let's take this step by step now. I am told that angle ABC is a right angle, and I am told that DCB is a right angle. I also have segment, line, or side AC congruent to side DB. And I need to prove the triangle's congruent. Is there anything else you can mark on your diagram that will eventually go in our proof? Megan? Reflexive side BC is shared. Okay, as we look at these, is this any chance side angle side? Is this side angle side? Is that side angle side? Why? What's the problem? Angle's not in between, and we know there's no side-side angle. But what type of triangle is it? Right triangle. What are these here? The hypotenuse. And what's the reflexive side acting as? A leg. So does everybody see first, before we put it into a proof, the HL working? Okay, it's a right triangle. I have the hypotenuse congruent, and I have a pair of legs congruent. We all good? Okay, so let's put the leg in there. Let's go CB congruent to itself. What else has to still go in here, do you think? Just based on everything we've done so far. Sinead, what are you at? Okay, say the right angles are congruent. Okay, that's fine. But I'm ready for this breaking news here. When you use HL, does it say anything about angles? No. So if you don't want to, you don't have to say the right angles are congruent, but you still need right angles. All right, you still need to say you have right angles, but in an HL proof, you do not need to say they're congruent. Are you wrong if you say they're congruent? No. It's just an extra step you didn't need. Maggie.
You said the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCB?
Right now?
No, wait, never mind.
That's where we're going towards. But we're not there right now. We still need a little bit more info before I can say it. All right, so is everyone good on the whole right angle situation involving HL? You have to tell me there's right angles, but you do not need to tell me they are congruent in an HL proof. But you are not wrong if you do. All right, take a look up here. My little huge note up here. You have to tell me you have what if you want to use HL? Right triangles. Okay, that needs to be in your proof before you say they're congruent. So I need to tell you that triangle ABC and triangle DCB are right triangles. That is a must if you're going to use HL. You have to tell me you have right triangles. How do I know there's right triangles? For my reason, how do I know they're right triangles? Colin? Right triangles have right angles. Which means before you tell me that, you better have right angles in your proof. All right, and doesn't come after. All right, so let's go through the checklist right now. Do I have the hypotenuse congruent? Yes, that was given. Do I have a pair of legs congruent? That was reflexive. Did I tell you they're right triangles? Yes. Okay, so now you can tell me they are congruent by HL. Hypotenuse leg only in a right triangle. Only in a right triangle. Questions there? Anything else on this fifth unique method? All right, as we usually know in here, one does not make us great. Yeah, hey, and nobody cares anymore. It's been almost a month since you saw him, and nobody cared because this could lead to no homework. Promethean guy came up, yep, and there was zero reaction, which I'm devastated about right now. Yeah. Oh, now it is, yeah. A little too late. 1 out of 30 doesn't cut it for me. All right, moving on. Moving on. Let's nominate some slide effects right now. Here we go. What do we got? Cube. Pinwheels. What do we say? Curtains. Slide right. What's gallery? Fade? What's scroll? Curl? Curl is when it comes from the bottom here. Turn is when it flips.
Oh, that's what I meant. The flipping.
So it just takes itself and just flips it around.
Yeah, just like flip.
Shatter, sure. Anything else here before we vote?
Does it ever happen that they voted on the right thing?
Seventh period did it earlier this year. Yep. That's already a given.
Orion, why are you so sad now?
Okay, shatter. 2 on shatter. Flip. 2 on flip. How about a curl? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on curl. Cube. 1, 2, 3, 4 on cube. Pinwheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 on.
It's gonna be curl now.
Curtains. Slide right. Slide left. Okay, so you guys have pinwheels or Promethean man. Ready? Okay, let's get this going because I want to go through these proofs. Promethean man or pinwheels, we have no homework this weekend. Everybody ready? Period 1 only. Period 2 only. Ooh, a little drop from the corner, huh? All right, moving back. All right. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's get back to the proof now. Right away, look at the proof statement. What am I asking for? Pair of segments, a pair of sides. Get in the habit. Before I can do that, what am I going to need to prove congruent? The triangles, because this automatically I start thinking about CP/CTC proof. All right, so I'm going to have to prove the triangles congruent first. So let's mark our diagram. I have CD congruent to EA. There's a pair of sides. Ooh, AD is the perpendicular bisector of CE. So CE is getting bisected by AD. What other markings could I put on my diagram now? Roman? Where? Got right angles. And it bisects CE. You should be able to put another pair. Orion, go. Where? BE and CB. Not on AB and BD. That AD is not getting bisected. It's CE that's getting bisected. Take a look what we have. Do we have side angle side? Is that right angle in the middle of these two? Nope, but what are these two here? The hypotenuse, and these are the... Does everybody see HL before we write it in our proof? Okay. Make sure every single marking gets into this proof. What would you like to put in first? All right, hold on. I got to start asking people. It's your lucky day, not coming up, so I'm just going to pick numbers now. 12. What's the first thing we got to put in? CD is congruent to BE. Reason? Yep, definition of a bisector. Yep, calm down, everybody. Can't erase it. Okay, next thing, let's go with 22. What can we do next?
CBD and ABE are right triangles.
No, I cannot say that. Because your reason's going to be right triangles have right angles, and I'm going to circle it and say where are your right angles. CBD and ABE are right angles. What's going to be your reason? What in the givens told us there's a right angle being formed? Okay. Next up for this proof. Next up. Oh, back up. There we go. Here we go. Nope. I'm just going to go once. Come on now. Come on. 23. And triangle DBC are right triangles. So how do you know that? Yep. Okay, it looks like I have this. The triangles are congruent. So triangle ABE, make sure this matches. Let's see if I go ABE, I'm going to go DBC by HL. And now why are the two sides congruent? AB congruent to BD. You just prove triangles congruent. What usually is going to prove a pair of angles or sides? CPC, TC. How are we feeling on this? Looking good, all right? HL? Okay, because we're turning a corner now. What is different about this one than anything we have ever done? What is different about this proof than anyone we've ever done? And I'm not looking for you to get complicated. Is this not the next? Oh, skip over. Sorry, skip over the next one then. Sorry, I didn't realize that. I'm going to have you do that one in a group in a second. Skip over this next one. So you should be on the one on page 25 for me. What's so different, Emma? That's not a big deal. They're still perpendicular. That's fine. One glaring difference between this proof and everything you've done. Whoever wants to go.
We're proving that something bisects angle.
Look at that proof statement. All you've proved for me are congruent, congruent, congruent. We have yet to prove anything like this. But it's okay. We'll be fine. Here's what I'm going to ask you right off the bat before we touch the diagram or the statements and reasons columns. If you knew this was true, that AB bisected DAC, what could you tell me in return? If I told you that AB bisects angle DAC, what true fact could you tell me in return? And we should be at this point in the year that you could do that. All right. What could you tell me in return? I just don't want to. 6. There we go. What could you tell me in return?
That line DB is congruent to BC.
What's it bisecting? What is it bisecting? It's not bisecting a side. It's bisecting
Angle.
DAC. So tell me the angles that would be congruent.
DAB is congruent to DAC.
Everyone agree on that? Everyone agree? Okay, so show me that then. Show me this is true, and then AB would be a bisector. Everyone agree? How can you prove the triangles and go CPC? So this is not a big deal. It's just an extra step. So show me these two angles are congruent, and you have yourself a bisector. So that's what you're going to do with me right now. So write in your givens, write your line, mark your diagram. I got congruent BD, congruent to BC. Okay, where are you going next on me here? Where are you going next? Here we go, 27. Where are we going next? Easy way out. All right, next up. 21, what do you got for me?
ADB and BCA are right angles.
They are. They are. Hey there, Vince. We talked, if you want to go say they're congruent, that's fine. All right, in an HL proof, it's not needed, but I'm still not ready to say the triangles are congruent yet. 28, what do I still need in my proof?
That triangle
Yep. Why are they right triangles? What did you say? Okay. Are the triangles now congruent? Do I have enough information? Everyone see the HL in that diagram. Everyone see the hypotenuse, which is your reflexive side, and the legs, which were given. All right, so let's name them. Triangle. Actually, you can name them. What am I doing? Here you go, 30. Name them.
Triangle A, D, and
What was the second one? A, C, B by HL. Why did we want the triangles congruent? So we could say what pair of angles were congruent. We needed what pair congruent? DAB and BAC. By what method? CPCTC. Look at you, big boy, big girls, going 7 steps here. Now that they are congruent, what's AB acting as for that angle? An angle bisector. So we go to AB bisects DAC. And now let's talk. I know the easy way out would be, definition of a bisector. But that doesn't, like, it's like, hey, why is Colin sitting in a chair? Definition of a chair. That doesn't tell me anything. Okay, it does tell me nothing about a chair. How do we know that AB bisects DAC? Prove already. What did we prove that AB bisecting DAC? And the triangle congruent doesn't make it a bisector. So what I'm going to write is because angle DAB is congruent to BAC. That tells me that's a bisector because those two individual angles are equal. All right, please do not write definition of a bisector for your reason for calling it a bisector. We okay here? A little bit different, I know. You're going to see that more and more now. All right, instead of just proving things congruent. All right, here's your last task before you start on the homework. And it is a group proof. See how far we've come. First thing, multiple triangles in this diagram, yes? But you're trying to get 1 and 2. So you and your group first have to decide what are the appropriate triangles to prove congruent, to get 1 and 2 congruent. And then you get after it. When you are done, call me over. All right, I will check your group's proof, and then you can go on to the assignment for tonight.